You guys, can, oh, I was going to say, you clap along when I clap when we introduce Billy. Everybody's phone off? Evan Ginsberg back with another edition of Evan Ginsberg's Legends TV. And what an honor it is to have with us not only my co-host Steve Ludwig from Classic Pop Culture Radio, but the great Billy Sample, former New York Yankee, Atlanta Brave,
thanks,
Texas
Evan.
Ranger.
Thank you.
How are you?
I don't get that kind of applause at my house. So that's really nice. When you need me again. Really.
Yeah. So Billy, you've moved on from baseball to broadcasting to writing and now to film. You are a producer, you are a screenwriter, and your new project is Reunion 108. Tell us a little about it.
Well, thank you, Evan. The problem is that I have no marketable skills. I have a BS in psychology. What was I thinking some 40 years ago? I can't do anything with this. But I like the avenue of expression, and I think that's one of the reasons I enjoy writing. Broadcasting was sort of a way to pay the bills until I could get to this point, I think. And I wrote a screenplay in 2011, and I thought, well, let me see if I can produce it. I submitted the screenplay to the Hoboken Film Festival. It took top honors, and it could have been steeped in politics. I don't know. I've been to enough film festivals to know, but I think it's a good screenplay. I thought it was a good screenplay. In fact, one of the other applicants wanted to read mine, so I wanted to read his too. And his was good, but mine was good as well. And I thought, well, okay, let me see if I can produce a sort of a SAG ultra low, everything's supposed to be under $200,000. And for that, especially when you have 40 union actors, you've got to have a lot of things come to you for free. And so my thank you list at the end of the credits is like 100 people.
That's like a movie.
Thank you. Yeah, no, really, I know. Thank goodness I have enough music to cover all the people I had to thank.
The movie was 10 minutes long, and the thank yous were 90 minutes.
Well, the premise of the movie is that we have two different generations of former ball players returning to our minor league town, and they're supposed to play this reunion game. So we have one generation that's roughly my age, so I could play in it, and then another generation that's probably in their 20s and 30s, and they have flashbacks to things that went on in their past. Some on the field, but most off the field, and I think that's where you get really the feel of what it's like maybe to be in a clubhouse, more of a Texas Rangers clubhouse as opposed to maybe the Atlanta Braves clubhouse, which was, they were somewhat nicer. The Rangers had a lot of character, and I don't mean necessarily the character that drives in a run in the 8th inning, but I mean just a lot of characters, so it sort of made it a little lively. And most of the flashbacks and situations are true, and some even include me. I won't tell you which ones at the moment, but about a third of them included some of the experiences that I had. So I think there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of comedy in there, which hopefully, Steve, you'll appreciate. But there's also, I tell a little history in spots. I make a point or two in spots. So it did everything that I wanted it to do. So we're going to have our New York premiere in Suffern on February 4th, Tuesday. So a lot of the actors are going to be there because most of the actors came from New York. We had probably about 90% of the actors, New York area actors, and a few from Boston and a few from Virginia, where I grew up.
Speaking of characters, what's it like writing for 80 characters in a movie? That must be a challenge.
I tell you, Evan, the toughest part was that I wrote a character that I eventually ended up playing, but I didn't know I was going to play it at the time. So as I got through the movie, we started to shoot, I realized that my character had way too many lines. So I'm trying to give lines away. And actors being the way they are only too willing to accept it. Oh, you got some more lines, Billy? Okay, good. Baby, I'll take that one off your hands.
I'm doing it for you,
Yeah,
Billy.
I know you've got way too, I understand, I got way too much. But I think I wanted to have a couple of characters that could sort of continue the story throughout the whole movie. So we have a little thread that goes all the way through, but it's It's got a little bite to it every once in a while. If you saw The Wolf of Wall Street and you're okay with that, then you'll be okay with mine.
Oh,
But it's in that direction. Probably not as harsh, but it's stark in some places because
Wow.
I wanted it to be real. As I look back on it, maybe I could have pulled back on the language just a little bit, but that's the kind of language we use, and that's what
I was going
it's
to
like
say,
in the
it's
clubhouse.
realistic.
Yeah. And I try to
sure.
give you a feel a little bit like a wall, a fly on the wall in the clubhouse, and so you could sort of sense. And even if you know baseball, I think you're going to be entertained, and there are going to be a couple of things that you'll see that, oh, I didn't realize that, because that's just how deep I got into it in order to write the script.
And speaking of scripts, why is it so tough to capture baseball on film? The Natural, Bull Durham, Bang the Drum Slowly. There haven't been Field of Dreams, of course. There haven't been mountains of great baseball movies. Why is it so tough to capture that world?
Well, I'll add 8 Men Out, which is
Sure,
one of my
great film.
favorites.
John Sayles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Penny Marshall's A League of Their Own. I really enjoyed that one as well. That's a great question, Evan. I think it's harder really to, was it Eastbound and Down, the one that's
On HBO?
yes.
the HBO. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's probably harder to do it that way, where you're going to do it each week, as opposed to a film, because in a film, at least you have a central theme in a film. But the way they do it in Eastbound and Down, you've got to continue that over a period of time. And I think what makes that difficult is that you'll see, because you can always see baseball,
Sure,
except in the
sure.
off season. So in order to see baseball like this, there has to be something that's a little different than just going and watching 162 games plus the playoffs. So I think it's probably even more difficult to do it on cable than it is to do it in a movie.
Interesting. So what we're going to do now is take a look at the preview, the trailer for Reunion 108, folks. Check it out.
Hello, I'm Billy Sample. Way back in the day, I played Major League Baseball. In fact, it was so long ago, however, that we don't have videotape or film of my play. But let me tell you, I was an everyday all-star player. Anyway, I made a movie. Well, we made a movie, the producers, director, actors, crew, called Reunion 108. It's a wholesome film that the whole family can enjoy, from the smallest toddler all the way up to your great-great-grandmother. It's a unique baseball film with a lot of the action taking place in the clubhouse. Oh, we have our share of hits. And runs. And a lot of scoring. But aside from that, it's just a relaxing day at the ballpark. Reunion 108. You can believe me. If there's anything I have, it's integrity. After all, would I lie?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a
There you
great
go.
clip.
And Billy,
Thank you.
you taught me something the other night on Legends Radio when you appeared. Tell the viewers what the 108 stands for.
Oh, the 108 is the number of stitches in a baseball.
I never would have known
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
Some people know, but a lot of baseball people who follow it every day don't know that. Brent Dolan was the editor that put that together, and we figured that since I was going to have to sell the movie anyway, I might as well be the front person for that, and we had a lot of fun with that. Actually, when I got slapped there by Karen O'Brien, I had only been slapped one time in my whole life, and in order to do that scene, and that was the easier slap, she must have slapped me 35 times.
Wow.
And my neck hurt after.
Yeah,
It was-
method
and-
acting.
yeah,
Yeah.
really. And you can't. I couldn't turn with it at all because she came. It was supposed to be a surprise, and she was coming from an angle, so I had to take the slap. And a couple of times, an actor or two, I remember Farron Salisbury and James Bristow, some of the younger actors were telling me, look, we could tell that you were feeling for the slap because it's usually one on a cadence, 1, 2, 3, slap, 1, 2, 3, slap. And for whatever reason, the slap didn't come on the third. I'm kind of feeling for it. Okay, I can get it over with. So they told me, look, you got to sit there and take the slap. All right, so I wrote the script. I said, all right, I knew it was coming, so I got to take the slap.
Talk about suffering for your art.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And Kara was a pro. In fact, she's going to be at the premiere as well. She's coming up from Virginia. And she was, oh my goodness, I was so fortunate to have a number of talented actors and actresses there. And I guess it's New York, so you can always find good talent. But just to watch them get into their process, even for a low-budget film like mine, to watch them get into the processes, and even whether or not they had a major role or just a small flashback role, everybody was just so impressive, I thought, and I was very fortunate to be a first-time filmmaker to have such talent like that.
And Billy, post-career, you've been a broadcaster, you've written for the New York Times, you're making movies now. Why is it so many athletes struggle after the glory, and you seem like you're doing wonderful things?
Well, Evan, first you have to have glory. Thank you.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have glory, you don't have to struggle after the glory, but thank you.
You had glory, Billy. Stop.
Oh,
Stop
geez.
being so humble.
Steve, thank you. But no, it's just something that I thought I could do, and I like enhancing people's appreciation of the game. So the avenue that I most likely would want to do it is through the writing and through the broadcasting as well, because I'm trying to show you something that maybe you don't already know. And I think, especially with Reunion 108, I show you quite a bit. Some of you may not want to know, but I show you a lot that you didn't know. And so I think I've done my part in enhancing people's appreciation of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really happy about that.
That's great. And speaking of the game, Steve's a big baseball fan, and he has several questions about your career.
I wanted to know, Evan, if I could share the poster first.
Sure,
This
of
is such a
course.
very cool poster of Reunion 108. Tommy, let me know if that's good.
And there's the 108 stitches falling apart.
It's really a
defaced baseball, yes. Tattered baseball.
All right.
And
Yeah, maybe I'm subjective because I grew up a Yankee fan, but it seems I think most Yankee fans would look at you, Billy, as, even though you played in 1985 with the Yankees, you're a Yankee who happened to play many years with the Texas Rangers. It seems like once you put on those pinstripes, you're a Yankee, regardless of how many years you played for the team. You get that from people?
I do, Steve. Thank you. And I grew up, I knew the Yankees well because back in those days it was only the game of the week that you saw, and I grew up in the southwestern part of Virginia, and that's all we saw. It wasn't near a major league stadium, although we did have minor league ball. When I was growing up, it was a Pirates high A team in Salem. But I could tell you that when Tony Kubek struck out, he sprinted to the dugout like he was embarrassed. Or I could mimic Bobby Richardson's batting stance, or I knew about Joe Pepitone and Mickey Mantle, of course, and a lot of the players. I knew how closed stance Elston Howard and Hector Lopez were with extremely close
Number
stance.
11.
Yeah, number 11.
Yeah.
I know. I told Hector, he came through the clubhouse when I was there. I said, hey, I'm wearing your number. He looked at me like I could care. No, but it was great. No, it was great.
No,
Really. No, you're right. You're like, hey, well, shouldn't you be concentrating on getting ready for the game instead of telling me that? But it was really good to interact with those people now as I've gotten older. Joe Pepitone, if we're at a fundraiser together, he'll bust on me like we were teammates, and it's really flattering to me. And Bobby Richardson, you don't want to speak behind him because he's one of those evangelical ministers that can talk for 45 minutes without either an and I had to speak behind him one time, and so he knows now that I will never, ever in life do that again because that was really embarrassing. Or the broadcast opposite, I guess, in a sense, Tony Kubek, and you can never get to the ballpark earlier than Tony. I tried at times to get there earlier than Tony. I'd sneak in at about 1 o'clock for a 7:35 game. He's reading a newspaper, and he's going,
Really?
geez, I can't do that.
You get there that early?
Oh, he did. He was, he was tremendous.
Yourself.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would. Yeah, depending on what, you're trying to get a feel for it, so maybe the first game of a series, you're there a little bit earlier than. But I've worked with other guys that have gotten there early too. Pete Van Maren with the Braves, you couldn't get there any earlier than Pete. And Pete, because you're there and you're talking to scouts and you're talking to people involved, and you may only glean one bit of information, but if that can enhance the broadcast or people's appreciation of the broadcast, that's what you do. So I did grow up knowing a lot about the Yankees. So getting traded to the Yankees maybe was just apropos for me.
Did you keep a journal during your playing days?
No, not like Jim Bouton, no.
I was
And we
gonna
have a
say,
Jim Bouton
it
reference
seems
in the
like,
movie too, yeah.
After looking at the trailer, you must have a great book in you too.
I
mean, I know you wrote the screenplay for the film, but just a book also, no?
I've tried. Steve, somebody told me years ago that I needed more name recognition. So there.
No, see,
Maybe even in my hometown, I can't even get a book now.
Billy, so many people know your name. When Evan mentioned Billy Sample's going to be on Yankees.
Oh,
even
that's
though
awful nice to
1985,
get.
Everybody knows
Oh,
Billy
geez.
Sample.
Yeah,
Any
it was-
baseball fan knows Billy
Oh,
Sample.
well, thank you. But
Absolutely.
the publisher didn't particularly. Well, I
Well,
understood.
I got the title
I
for you.
understood.
Sample this.
Sample.
There you go.
yes.
Well, that'll be for the publishers.
Right,
It
right,
wouldn't
right.
be. Yeah. I did have one. Somebody had mentioned it recently. Mark Bago, who's a celebrity writer, and he I guess maybe because of Derek Jeter's involvement with a publishing company, he thought it'd be a
Right.
good idea. So I may try that again, Steve, but I don't know. Right now, if I can get this through and get the movie out and spread it across the country and get out of debt, and make some money, I'll be fine. I don't know. Oh, Evan's got a lot of money, so he doesn't have to worry about it going.
got a
Just from the wrestler itself, he's got to be
Yeah.
making just buku
I only
money.
wish.
Different jacket
Indie
every
filmmaker.
week.
Yeah, really. I see this studio. I know somebody's got somebody here.
Anyway, Billy, please tell the viewers how they could get in touch with you. Tell them about the screening on February 4th.
I have a Facebook. The movie has a Facebook. I guess probably the best way. I didn't even know what Facebook was before the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I was a little slow with the technology. And we're having on February 4th, Tuesday, I guess we're still current here, in Suffern, New York at the Lafayette Theater. It's a big theater. Just go for the theater itself because it's one of
Old
these.
movie palace?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes,
right,
Evan, yeah. 1920s architecture,
Wow.
organ in the second deck, opera seats, about 900 seats or more in the theater. So we've got plenty of room, and so we're going to be there on February 4th on Tuesday. So I'll look for you there. I'm going to be there. A number of the other actors are going to be there, and I appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity to hawk the movie. Thank you.
Of course.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet Billy Sample from the Rangers, the Braves, the Yankees, broadcaster, writer, now producer and actor. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Very
I was
impressive.
most versatile my senior year, though.
Okay.
In high
Oh,
school. Yeah,
there you go.
that's it. Evan's reading that. I'm going, yeah, that's right. I was kind of versatile, wasn't I?
Renaissance man.
Yeah, we try.
There you go. Folks, the great Billy Sample, and we will be right back with actress, fashionista, Lindsay Lowe. Don't go anywhere. For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsburg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy. We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsburg's Legends Radio.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Hi, I'm Steve Ludwig. When I was 52 years old, I had quintuple open heart bypass surgery, and I wrote a book about it. It's called See You in CCU. Apart from having my rib cage sawed apart, I experienced temporary loss of memory, depression, and sleepless nights in unbearable pain. A lot of people might think there's nothing funny about that, but I think it all depends on how you look at it. see you in CCU.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hogshair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Right, Evan Ginsburg back with Legends TV. And folks, later in the show, we're going to hear Andrew Como from the Como Brothers, great live music. And right now we have actress, fashionista, my friend Lindsay Lowe. How are you today, Lindsay?
Oh, thank you so
There you go.
much.
You know, Steve was going to wear that outfit today, but you beat him to it.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just fashionista friendly, so if he needs any tips, you tell me.
There you go. There you go. And explain to the viewers, what exactly is a fashionista?
A fashionista is mostly doing styles and tips with, like, you know, a really good budget plan, so you don't spend too much money, you know what I mean? And you look fashionable anywhere.
Fashionable and fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Don't forget
like
that
a
one.
walking parade.
Like a walking model or a cartoon.
You know who's a walking parade? George Clinton from P-Funk. I love George Clinton.
Oh,
Yeah.
the color of his hair and how
You'd fit right in with them. We got to get you on stage with them.
I love that.
In fact, one of the P-Funk guys, Lawrence Worrell, Law, he's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
And,
wow.
yeah, we have some unbelievable artists on this show. But this is about you, and you have all kinds of props. Tell us what you brought.
Oh, wow. Well, I do a show on PA Live in Pennsylvania and, of course, in PA. And you can check it out at palivehome.com or my website, lindsaylowe.net. And what we do is we actually go to the dollar store, the vintage store, and also my favorite, Michael's Arts and Crafts. And, of course, I find this really cute, what is it, like a, what would you say this would be?
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
A really cute cake
Yeah.
bucket.
Bucket.
Looks like a little bucket, no?
It's a gumball machine from the dollar store.
I
Wow.
was going to say you didn't see me forming the G. I
Yeah.
was going to say gumball.
Best
machine.
dollar you'll ever spend. Look at that.
And then I got these really cute, like, Hello Kitty erasers. And you know what I use to make this wonderful cake like?
Gumballs?
No, you know what? You can hold one.
All right, it's a shut
Hold-
up.
hold
In
my
other
ball.
words, shut up.
Hold the ball. No, I use DAP, which actually you can use clear or you can use the caulking DAP, which you know how you do, like, around the windows? That's my secret weapon.
There you go. Everybody needs a secret weapon. She's got one.
Always for arts and crafts. And also puffy paint. Puffy paint. It's really great stuff.
And what else do you have here?
Oh, this is actually my cell phone case. He's dropping his balls
Yeah.
already. This is my cell phone. You want to juggle next?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to put my ball back.
Okay, put your ball back in there. You
you.
good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
If any of my students are watching,
Sprinkles. Anyways, so this is actually a Rat Fink case. Remember Rat
of
Fink?
course, yeah, absolutely.
Ed
With the-
Roth? Great artist. Also, I used a Sculpey. So, and then I sculpted all of the Rat Fink stuff, which I just took, like, you know, a piece of paper, printed it out on, you know, a computer, or is it the other way around? Sometimes it gets so ditzy on camera. It's like, eh. Anyway, so I traced it with an X-Acto knife with, of course, the clay, And then I just painted it with the puffy paint. So it's like 3-dimensional.
There you go.
It's so cute, isn't it? And it's great for Valentine's Day. It reminds me actually of a really cute little story. You know what I mean? My engagement ring is actually rat fink, so that's why I made the Valentine's Day rat
I don't think
fink
anything could be
case.
more romantic than that, Lindsay.
Yes! I don't need the bling, honey. I need the
Will
style.
you be my rat fink?
Oh, no.
I mean, that's what your fiance
Oh,
said
yeah,
to
he
you.
did. At Monster Mania. That's
He
where
proposed at Monster Mania? That's beautiful.
He
That's,
said I was his Lily Monster.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a filmmaker, I believe.
Yes, he's actually in the new the new horror movie Survive. And Trauma just picked it up, so I was like, oh my God, really? It's awesome. You know, talking to
Trauma,
Avenger
yeah.
and everything.
Mhm.
And I do have to say this, is that congratulations, you've won so many awards for like the wrestler.
Oh,
and
thank you. Thank you,
it's
Lindsay.
amazing.
Appreciate it. And tell us about your own film work.
My own film work mostly, I do a lot of like horror hosting. Like I was working with Jerry Horror, which that went, you know, bye-bye, because I don't deal with people that are, you know, bad talking and racist and stuff. I just don't deal with that.
I guess we have to put the disclaimer on.
Mhm, censorship, kids. But no, I've been doing a couple of things. I actually was on set for The Orange is the New Black, which I can't say anything about, but I have to tell you, I will never do a bad thing again. No, no, no. But no, mostly I've been focusing on my PA Live specials and stuff. I go there once a month, and I film like the 5 segments. I work with Dave, and I work with Jasmine, which you can see them, of course, on PA Live. And they are just fantastic. And I love the camera crew there. They're so sweet. And I do all of these creations, and it's just like, I'm like a machine. I'm like, and I just pop them all out, and I make sure that it's kid-friendly, and that there's always like, you know, your parents have to be involved if you're under the age of 10, because it's a good family experience.
Right,
you know, it
right.
brings families together. And for all the girls that don't have the money, like me, like back in the day,
Like
you know, when you
most
went to
of
the
us.
vintage stores and stuff like that, and you got the really cute dress, but then, you know, Susie Lou had like, you know, the party dress that was like $50 back then, you know.
All right.
So I try to give back to, you know, people that don't have that much money, and they can make really creative stuff, you know?
You made a good point. I saw the one YouTube clip about when
Oh.
mom and daughter are creating together. It's
Mm-hmm.
a nice opportunity for the daughter to get things out of her system if anything's on her mind too. So it's a great social,
Oh, definitely.
you know, way to get some problems worked out as well. It's like a nice excuse to be together and talk.
And it gives it more like you get to know, you know, your child or your friend, or get the girls and get a bottle of wine, you know, and go to Michael's Arts and Crafts. And they also have an app on your phone where you can actually get like 40% off, and then you save so much money. It's insane. By like making this type of product for like Valentine's Day, you can even put candy in it, you know. But I took the little gum balls and put you know, spray glue, and then bounce the balls like in, you know, a little bag with glitter, and then bam, boom, done.
Beautiful. What we're going to do now, folks, is show a quick YouTube clip of Lindsay Lowe in action. Check it out.
Well, Brittany, she has a unique way of looking at style. Today, we're going to introduce you to the New York City's own fashionista, Lindsay Lowe, and her quirky sense of style. She takes a cartoon theme and makes clothes out of it.
And look at that fancy skirt. Can't wait for that.
We've got a pretty cool segment today. We're going to take cartoon fashions and turn them into neat vests. Joining us today is Lindsay Lowe, New York City's fashionista. Lindsay, great to see you on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I recognized on the table here some of the Monster High figurines.
Yes.
I know it's absolutely really popular right now with my little girls and others out there. And you've got some pretty cool ideas. You're going to take a basic T-shirt and kind of transform it into a pretty cool vest. How do we get started?
Well, you have to find a cartoon T-shirt right over here. I picked Monster High because I absolutely love that cartoon. It's very popular with everyone, every age group. And what you do is you take the T-shirt and you cut it out to what you'd like. And you can also use 2 different T-shirts too. Now, I use this T-shirt as for like a bra for the teens and also for the adults, because it's really hard to find a cartoon bra, you know. And also use puffy paint. I use the purple, and then I use the yellow puffy paint to make little dots. And with that, you can also make your accessories with that. You get a flower from like a dollar store or from like any type of retail store, and then you can use the puffy paint on this too, which is really fun. And this actually, this is the original, and then this is what it turns into when you use the puffy paint. Now, using the bra and the t-shirt, again, you can use the t-shirt and then you make yourself into a really cool vest, which I got a great vest at a vintage shop. Not that much money, right?
Right.
So this would be like the original type, and then you go completely cartoon couture crazy, and then you start using the puffy paint, which actually works in the wash.
And we are back. And Lindsay, how'd you hook into PA Live?
Oh, wow. From being at these monster conventions, like, it's a lot of great networking and also meeting new people and seeing what people are wearing, like how we met, right?
I was wearing an outfit just like that when we met.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you have a bow tie on, too?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, it's just what happened was I was actually chosen from a filmmaker. His name is Dave Madison, and he's actually the director of Mr. Hush. So it's a really great horror movie. You got to check it out on Amazon.com, and I have to give so much thanks for him. He said to me that I look like a Monster High doll. And do you know, I didn't even know what Monster High was until I heard this. And I did my research, and I was like, wow, this is like back in the clubbing days, you know, what I used to wear. So I was like, oh, goody. So pretty much that's how I got the job, from being myself and you know, not letting people tell me what to wear and what not to wear, because if you're going to go out the way you want to. Like every day I put on makeup, no one ever sees me without makeup, and, you know, feel good about yourself when you go out.
There you go. Words of wisdom from Lindsay Lowe. Tell the viewers how to get in touch with you and any upcoming gigs, anything you want to plug.
Oh, wow. Well, you can check my website out at lindsaylowe.net. Has my Facebook, Instagram, and all that wonderful, like, sprinkle stuff. Also, too, huge news. I have new stuff on my online store at the end of February. I know it's not like, you know, Valentine's Day, but everything will be on there, and you can check that out also on my website, which is thelindsaylowe.net. And definitely Facebook me with some great questions. I'll answer them. I love all my fans, and thank you so much for everything.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
You're such a great person.
Oh,
and
thank
watch his show. I love his show.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And shout out to Solomon Shirtak, who kind of connected us. And,
that was so
producer.
much fun, though. And I have to say, Hunger's Madam's X. That's the
Clive
movie.
Unger's Madam X.
Clive Unger's Madam. Do you know Debbie still calls me? And she gives me like little gifts and stuff like that every month. Debbie, thank you so much. And I do have to give one more shout out.
Sure.
Honey, it's our anniversary, Valentine's Day. I love you so much. Steve Kilcullen, I will definitely marry you. But
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Not this Steve. It's a different Steve.
No,
I've already been put in my place.
no, not you, honey. Sorry.
No, of course not. No.
No, the actor
who would
from,
think?
you know, Survive.
All right. And folks, we will be right back with Andrew Como with an interview as well as a live musical set from the Como brothers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Can't wait.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Dad, where do babies come from?
Well, there's Dad's big, shiny rocket ship. That's right, it's filled with babies of all kinds. And when the shiny rocket ship penetrates, Mommy and Dad goes, And when the time is just right, there's a space launch.
All systems go.
Babies of all kinds. Released all over the place. Yeah, Africa. Well, mommy's Babylandia. That's right, it's filled with babies. After an amazing 9 months, babies. And that, son, is where babies come from.
But Jake said babies come from
Planet. Babylandia.
You go, play with us on the bus.
wheels on the bus
Go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck! Please. Thank you.
Ginsburg back with Legends TV, and we are joined by a great young musician, Andrew Como from the fabulous Como Brothers Band. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
You look like a very clean-cut young man. You did not assault your brother, did you? 'Cause
No.
he's injured.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He got injured shoveling snow, actually.
Oh,
so
okay.
we got a lot of snow recently.
All right, and
Yeah.
tell us a little about the Como Brothers.
Sure. We're a band. We've been known as the Como Brothers since about 2011, but we've been playing together, since high school and middle school and stuff like that. And we actually started out in a Beatles tribute band with my dad. I was George, Matt was John, and my dad was Ringo.
Steve loves the Beatles. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
that. But yeah, so we just released our first full-length album in October, and it's called Baby Steps, and it's out on iTunes and stuff like that now. So we're pretty excited about it.
And who are some of your other musical influences besides the Beatles?
Besides the Beatles, we're very guitar-driven. We like all the guitar heroes like Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Wow.
But some of the recent stuff we've been getting into is Maroon 5 and John Mayer and Jason Mraz and all that kind of stuff. But we're very into the classics, like I said, the Beatles and the Who and all that kind of stuff.
I'm so old. I met Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Did you really?
Yeah, I met him. Yeah.
That's
About
awesome.
4 in the morning outside the Beacon Theater after the Fabulous Thunderbirds played with Jimmy Vaughan.
Very cool.
And the guy couldn't have been any nicer. And
Yeah.
I felt terrible the night he died.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
And a friend of mine, Seika, the adult film queen,
Right.
she was invited to go on that helicopter with Stevie Ray
Oh,
Vaughan
no
that
way.
night, and the weather was bad, and she said no, thank you.
Right.
And how's that for a story?
Yeah.
Yeah, true story.
Wow.
This is a little left field, but tomorrow is the anniversary of when the day the music died. Speaking of unfortunate
Wow.
things, right? Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and
Right.
Big Bopper. It's funny you
Yeah.
should mention that.
And not to bring everybody down with plane crash stories.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
It
so,
was funny. I mean,
yeah.
it was unfortunate.
So Andrew, tell us a little more about the CD.
Sure. Well, I play guitar and I sing, and Matt plays bass in the band and sings. And it's kind of an interesting thing because there's 2 songwriters involved, and it's a very split thing in terms of singing. Matt might write a whole song, I might write a whole song, or we might write it together. And on the album, it's split pretty even though in singing, and usually whoever's singing that section wrote that section, whether it be a verse, chorus, or the whole song. So.
And you have like perfect 3-minute pop tunes, much like Squeeze. You familiar with Squeeze?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well written, sounds great.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, and I like your music very much.
Thank you.
And any upcoming gigs, anything you'd like to promote?
Nothing upcoming right now. Our most recent gig, we actually opened for American Idol winner David Cook, so that was pretty cool. We've been playing at 89 North a lot in Patchogue. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a pretty new venue and it's a cool spot.
And you've had some prestigious gigs. You've been with the Warped Tour, and you've
Yeah.
been at Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah,
Tell
absolutely.
us about some of the highlights.
Sure. Well, one of the more recent ones we did was the Wallflowers. We played in Connecticut, and that was really cool. We didn't get to meet Jacob Dylan, but he was watching. We talked to the bass player though a lot, and it was cool because he was just saying like he remembers being in our shoes in his early 20s, and you know, his parents coming to the gig and stuff like that. And in the same breath, he was also saying how he just got off tour with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Wow.
Well, that's,
And
that's
so
nice motivation.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just very uplifting, and he said he enjoyed the set and stuff like that. So it's cool.
So how does a great indie band break through? I mean, there's so many quality musicians just in the New York area alone. What do you have to do today besides doing something outrageous like a Miley Cyrus? What do you have to do to get the music heard?
I think if you just, if you be authentic, true to yourself, and if you try to really, hone your craft, I think that's the things that will shine through in the end. Because there's a lot of people trying to do it, but there's, if you really stick to yourself and stick to what you do best, I think that's where it's at.
There you go. Tell the viewers how to get in touch with you and
Sure.
Well, that's good stuff.
Well, we're on Twitter a lot, so you can find us at Como Bros Band. So that's COMOBROS Band. We also have a website up. It's ComoBrothersBand.com, and you can also find us on Facebook and stuff like that. If you just Google our name, the Como Brothers Band, you can find all the social media sites. And stuff like that.
No relation to Perry Como, I'm assuming.
No, or the governor.
Or the governor.
Yeah, no.
Anybody confuse you, Andrew?
A lot of people do. Yeah. They always
Right.
ask if I'm related, but no,
Wow.
I'm not.
He has another vowel in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I always say if it's not you, it's me.
And I know last night you were at Bobby Rydell's church. He's a buddy of ours.
Yeah, that was really cool.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, we got to play like a half an hour set and stuff like that. So it was fun. Matt didn't play, he sang, but it was a cool thing.
And what's the name of the church?
It was, what was it called again? Sound of Heaven?
Sound of Heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
I brought Lanny Poffo, the wrestler, down there. That's a happening church. Like
Yeah.
Wrestlers, rock bands, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No, it's definitely
doubt.
a cool spot.
Yeah, and Bobby's
So it
a
was
good
fun.
guy. Bobby's a good guy.
Definitely.
So, Andrew, what we're going to do is let the music talk, and we're
Sure.
going to come back after a brief timeout and
Sure.
hear the music of Andrew
Cool.
Como. Don't go anywhere, folks. For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsburg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy. We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsburg's Legends Radio.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think KICKSTART Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with KICKSTART Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 cup.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think KICKSTART Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with KICKSTART Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC.
The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
Now some Brutacious beats by, of course, Andrew Como from the Como Brothers Band. Oh, yay!
I can't be growing on you. You say I'm really nice. I think you're pretty stoned. Well, you can't be growing on me. I want you in my life, but you can't be my own. The clouds are keeping me down, pushing my feet to the ground. She wasn't there when I woke up, leaving me broke. Yes, I can say it with a straight face. Your love is for me, and I've been thinking about your kisses sitting under the tree. Well, if wrong is looking right, then I'll let it be. I love your smile, it runs for miles from my land to your sea. Yeah. You scream my love was too late. I feel my heart melt. I look like a fool. Well, I scream it comes with a spoon, with sprinkles on top, a cherry or two. The clouds are keeping me down, pushing my feet to the ground. She wasn't there when I woke up, leaving me broke. Yes, I can say it with a straight face. Your love is for me, and I've been thinking about your kisses sitting under the tree. Well, if wrong is looking right, then I'll let it be. I love your smile, it runs for miles from my land to your sea. Yeah. straight face, your love is for me. And I've been thinking about your kisses sitting under the tree. Well, if wrong is looking right, then I'll let it be. I love your smile, it runs for miles from my land to your sea. You've never been wrong, no, but you always ride with me. I can't be strong, and I know I can't grow. You can't be wrong, no, but you always ride with me. I can't be strong, and I know I can't grow. You are my Cinderella Dixie cup. You make me smile and fill me up when everything is going wrong. You come back to me. You can't be wrong, no, but you always ride with me. I can't be strong, and I know I can't grow. Yeah, 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 Thank you. All right, that was called Straight Face. This next song is an original song. It's called Tell You I'm Fine. Is it right if your heart is jumping? It's only wrong if your love was slipping away. Is it wrong when your lips say nothing? Could be right if your eyes had something to say. Is it cool that I pick and choose how to hide my blues with my Sunday shoes? Build a wall when your pain is tall and you've got nothing to say. I wish that I could only tell you I'm fine without looking like a fool. Walking on a tightrope, it's a matter of time. Running's gonna make me lose. I can't be the only one undone. It's never been a perfect world, well it's true. Soon enough I'll tell you. Finally realize the hurt will only hurt when you choose. Took a fall with a valid reason. You never learn when you find the answers alone. You know I'm full of that empty feeling. Fill me a rhyme and I'll hum you the end of the song. Is it cool that I pick and choose how to hide my blues in my Sunday shoes? Build a wall when your pain is tall and you've got nothing to say. I wish that I could only tell you I'm fine without looking like a fool. Walking on a tightrope, it's a matter of time. Running's gonna make me lose. I can't be the only one undone. It's never been a perfect world, but it's true. Soon enough I'll tell you. I finally realize that it will only hurt when you choose. Oh, this heart was made for two. Page 3 in my manual. No, and I couldn't change the rules for you. I wish that I could only tell you I'm fine without looking like a fool. Walking on a tightrope, it's a matter of time. Running's gonna make me lose. I can't be the only one undone. It's never been a perfect world, well it's true. Soon enough I'll tell you. Finally realize the hurt will only hurt when you choose. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So this next song is called Only Me. It's off the album Baby Steps. So if you want to pick it up, it's on iTunes right now. I cannot go up from the ground. Life isn't everlasting. What you don't see has been there before. A similar thought contrasting. Not what I meant, never mind. I awkwardly kiss her goodbye. I've been thinking it will be just me. That's just fine. And I desperately want to speak, but I've got this tongue. Or is it just wishful thinking? Not what I meant, never mind. I awkwardly kiss her goodbye. I've been thinking it will be just me, and that's just fine. And I desperately want to speak, but I've got this tongue, it's in the way. And I want 10 but minus 9. 'Cause it's only me, and for the moment that's alright. I'm going with 10 but minus 9. For the moment that's alright. I'm living with 10 but minus 9. It's only me. So take all your shoes and put them down. 'Cause I won't live once if you're not around. You said the wind would always blow. I'm trying to find where the leaves will never go. I've been thinking it will be just me, that's just fine. And I desperately want to speak, but I've got this tongue, it's in the way. And I want 10 but minus 9. 'Cause it's only me, and for the moment that's alright. I'm going with 10 but minus 9. For the moment that's alright. I'm living with 10 but minus 9. It's only me. Thank you. One more song. All right, I got one more tune for you guys. It's 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, then I don't think we have time. Sure. Okay, so this one is called I Don't Like You. It goes a little something like this. You got some nerve coming up to me with your designer clothes and argumentative me. So I already don't like you. So you walk around with your highest strut and you think you're so cool, but I've had enough. So I already don't like you any longer. Get out of my face. It's really just not your place. And if I've got a bone to pick with you, you better run, 'cause I don't like you. Get out of my way. I can't stand anything you've got to say. Your pessimism is nothing new. I don't like you. You're so high maintenance, you know it's true. So many secrets in your closet, you don't know what to do to keep them hidden. So you walk around with hit all your lies and sink it to the bottom, so no one hears your cries for attention any longer. Get out of my face. It's really just not your place. And if I've got a bone to pick with you, you better run, 'cause I don't like you. Move out of